Hello guys. So I hope all of you are doing well and fine. And let's continue with this course of analyzing and visualizing data with Power BI. So in this module, we are in a very good flow of decks, and we have learned a lot of things in decks. Okay. So today, in this part, what is the agenda? Last part we have discussed about the aggregators, how the aggregators we use, some average, maximum, minimum. Apart from that, we have learned about how to use the other aggregators, sum x, count x, max x, everything we have done. Okay, so I hope you have practiced them. So today we'll apply time intelligence with the DEX, and because time intelligence, date always plays a very important role in any kind of analysis process. So yes, we have to learn a lot of DEX, important DEX functions which are useful for dates to apply on the dates. There is a huge list of the date functions, so definitely it's not possible to learn all of them, and it is not required as well. Okay, you must know the important functions, how to use them, and apart from that, later on if required, you can use them and create any other functions as well. So let's jump into our data set into Power BI. So you see here we already have this date table, we have the year, month already. We already have this year value and month value and all these values, but in case we have already learned that how to fetch them using Power Query, we have done it already. But in case if you need to fetch out here as well, some functions which will be useful, I'm telling you here before the basic functions, before we move to the advanced functions. So let's select this date table, and if we click on new measure, okay, I want to fetch out the year value separately from my date values. So I'll use my year function for that. That's simple, straightforward function, year function. So go for year, go to the date table and your date column. Okay, you can use the uh, date function for that, and it will ask you the year, month, day, what exactly the year, month, day you want to apply, and you can get out of it. You can find out the date, whatever you want to apply on it. Similarly, we have the month function as well. It will give you the month value wherever you want to get fetch out the month value. So you can select the month and put the date argument, whatever date argument you want to put inside that, you can go ahead and put that. So that we already have the month number, year, month name already with us, and I have already shown you how to fetch out these values from your Power Query. So that's fine. But why I have shown you here, because we need them for other functions. What other functions I'm talking about? The advanced functions. One of the biggest advanced function is Y2D function. YTD function. What is this YTD now? So this YTD is year to date revenue, year to date sales, year to date revenue, year to date profit. That we want to see how the year to year the sales is progressing. We want to see how to date, year to year, month by month, the sales is progressing, the profit is progressing. The stakeholders want to make a decision based on that values. So how will you do that? Let's understand that function. So go to your sales table. Here I want to generate a new measure with the name of year to date revenue. So I'll give it as year to date revenue. Okay. So the function we'll use for that is total YTD. You can see here we have, if I apply total functions, we can have total YTD, Q2D, MTD. We'll discuss all of them. But first we are starting with total YTD. That means total year to date. Okay. The full form of total YTD is total year to date. Let's select that. It needs two arguments. First of all, it needs the expression on what you want to calculate inside that. So I want to calculate the sum of my revenue. So I'll apply sum function definitely, and I'll apply it on revenue column of my sales table. Then close the bracket. What is your second argument? The second argument is from date table, and I'll choose the date column out of it. So it will automatically calculate year to date. It will automatically fetch out year out of it, and it will give me the date, year to date revenue for each and every year. Okay, so let's close the bracket, hit enter. Done. Let's utilize this function so you'll understand in a more better way. What I'll do is I'll go to my I'll select my year to date revenue, which I have just created. So I'll select it, convert it into a table, and now what I want is I want to see, just a moment, let me drag it here. More easy for you to understand. This is my total revenue, year-to-date revenue. I'll zoom it. Wait for a moment. I'll put the year value inside that, so it will show me year by year. Good. And now I want to see it month by month as well. For each and every year, month by month as well. So I can see here. Let's zoom in it a bit, so it will be more easy for you to understand. So let's go to the value section and increase the font size so that you can see it very properly. So I hope it will be better visible for you now. Okay. I think we should convert it into a matrix, so it will be more easy for us to understand instead of a tabular format. And in the matrix, what I'll do is I'll put the years in the columns and the month name into the rows. So now it's better and easy for me to understand. So now what I can see is I can see the data from year 2000, and we have data till the whole year sales. We can see from January, February, March, and all the data month by month. So we have subtotals for each and every year. If we go ahead and we can see the subtotals for each and every year, and then we can see the month by month total as well. Great. We can see the month by month total as well. January total for each and every year. We'll get it here. The February total for each and every year. We'll get it here. Okay. So what we can figure out is we can easily figure out that, okay, the month, if we see the month by month sales, it's progressing for the year 1999. And for each and every year, we can go ahead and check out. And definitely we don't want to see for whole of the years. So what best thing we already have in our data set is, what we can do is we can apply a timeliner. We have already discussed about this timeliner, and we'll put the date column inside that. That's great. It will make it easy for me. I'll go to the years and I'll select the specific years I want from. So I'll start from 2000 and I want the data till 2005. Okay. Or maybe 2003 only, starting from 2000, ending till 2003. It will make it much easier for me to compare. So you select as per your need. You select as per the year data, whatever as per your need you want to fetch out. Go ahead and select that, and accordingly you will get the numbers here in this matrix based on your data set values. So it makes it very simple for you to understand, for the decision makers to understand how the sales is progressing or it's reducing, how it is going month by month. Okay, in 2000, in year 2000, how it was in January, what was the values in February, what were the values March, and what exactly is going on month by month. So we can very simply fetch out these values, okay, for each and every year. Great. One more point. Sometimes I'm not very saying that, because in my data set it's showing in this way, that the months are coming in a proper chronological order. Just give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, it was just raining a bit outside, so I thought it's a bit of a disturbance for us. So what I said is, the month we are getting in the proper chronological order here, but sometimes you will not find it in this way. The month will not come in a proper chronological. By default, it will not come in this chronological order. So how I have done this? Let me show you that important point as well, because you will find by default the month name sorted in alphabetical order. That means it will start from April and then it will go to August and then something like that. Okay, the months will not be in a proper chronological order. So how to get that? So for that, you will have to generate one more measure. What is that measure is the month key. Let me show you how to do that. So what I'll do is I'll create a measure as the name of month key. So month key equal to, you'll put the year function inside that. That's why I was showing you these functions. Put your date field inside that. Just a moment. Why it is not taking date field? Okay, I want my year to be applied on the. Okay, no problem. You just to do one thing, you apply your year function. Okay, and put it on a year field. or maybe I'm not getting the correct data set, the field name here. I'll show you. Just give me some time. I'll come back to this point. But yes, I'll tell you how to do this. We'll generate the month key, and we need to sometimes it doesn't support the measures properly. What we need to do is we need to create a month key column here. The logic for that is I'll just show you the logic here. You apply that logic and you put it on your data set if you are facing any problem with the chronological order of your month name columns. So what you will do is you will generate a measure with the name of month key. Okay. And how to do that is you will apply a year function on your date column. Okay, date table, date column. It will be coming something like this. The date column of your date table. Multiply, close the bracket, yes. Multiply the value with 100 plus the month number. For that, you will put the month function. And once again, your date table, date column. Okay, so it's a mathematical logic. Okay, it will generate the month key for you. For example, if your month number is 07, that means July, and the year is 1999 something, so it will generate a key something like that. 199907, something like that. It will generate a key for you. Mathematically, it will create a logic, and then what you need to do once you create this month key, you go ahead in your once again in your Power BI and go to your month name column, click on the column name, go to column tools. There is an option of sort by column. You'll go ahead and sort this column by month key column. I'm repeating once again, sort this column by month key column. Okay, you will get it, and in this way you will find out how to and once you've done this, you will find the month names properly sorted in a proper chronological order. Okay, that is required because the month names by default it will be sorted in alphabetical order. That means April, August, and then we can just understand. I hope it will sort it in an alphabetical order. That is not correct. So we should sort it in chronological order, and that is the logic you need to apply for that. Create this measure month key. Okay, I think we have to create this column, not a measure. By mistake, that was a mistake I was doing. Sorry. What we need to do is go on to the date column. Let me show you this thing. The month key. We have to generate a month key column. So generate a month key column. Let me show you it here itself. I'm sorry for that. I just missed on that part. So month key column, month key value. Sorry. Month key. Put your year function inside which column. The date table, date column. Perfect. That's what I needed. Close your. Oh, sorry. Close your bracket. Multiply it by 100 plus. Then you apply the month function. Once again, the date table, date column. Close the bracket. Done. Hit enter. It will generate a month key for you. Okay, if you select the value from this month key to see it, just see it what exactly these values are. If I select month key, you can see here 199901, 19199902. Year by year, for each and every year, it has generated a month key. Now what I need to do is I'll just remove it. And now what I need to do is click on month name column, go ahead on your column tools, sort by column, select your month key column, done. Okay, it will show you once you've done it. Once you close this, because I have already used it here, that's why it is not showing me. But first time when you will do it, it will allow you to do that. You'll find the changes here. It will be sorted as per proper chronological order. A very, very important step to do. Okay, so go ahead and practice this. Now, this time what we have done, we have generated the report for YTD, that means year to date revenue. Similarly, I want to generate a quarter to date revenue. I want to see a report quarter by quarter. So very simple. I'll go ahead into my sales table, click on new measure. This time I will mark it as total QTD, total QTD, and the function name is total QTD. Go ahead, total QTD, same thing, expression once again. So it will ask you what you want to apply. I'll apply some function on my revenue column. So done, revenue, close the bracket, comma, what is your other part, date and date column. That's it. Close the bracket, done, hit enter. We'll get same way, we'll get QTD revenue, whatever you want. Now you go ahead and generate a report for QTD as well. You can go ahead and generate the QTD report, convert it into a matrix. It's already in a matrix. Now put the other values of your quarter by quarter because you want quarters. So definitely you will put quarters this time. So put the years first of all. and convert it into a matrix. Done. And now put this year value into the column section, or maybe put this. Maybe I'm removing the quarter. I'll just put the quarters here in the column section, and I'll put the month here into the row section. Done. Quarter by quarter report. If you want to drill down more further level, you can go ahead for year by year and quarter by quarter. So great. In this way, you can find out YTD, QTD, and MTD, three very, very important functions which we use and very useful for your revenue, for your analysis purpose. Great. So I'm happy with this report right now, but my manager is wants me to show a compare. He's very happy, but he still wants to see a comparison month by month. He wants to see a comparison month by month. How we'll do that? For that, which function will you use? So go to sales, click on new measure, sales comparison, previous month, something like that. I'm giving it a name to understand so that we can understand it more properly. Okay. So yeah, put the equal to symbol. And now what exactly the function you need to, if you remember, we have already learned the calculate function. So we'll use, if you remember, I hope you remember why we use calculate function. So the calculate function is used to put a filter context to your expressions, to your whatever expression you want. So I want to put sum of my revenue. Okay, sum of revenue. We got it here. Great. Close the bracket. Use the function previous month. There is a function as previous month, previous day, previous quarter, previous year. For comparison purpose, we use these functions: previous year, previous quarter, previous day, previous month. Very, very useful functions. I am explaining you with previous month. Okay, but as per your need, go ahead and use these functions. Previous month, put the date field. So date table, date field. That's it. Close your bracket, hit enter, done. Now go ahead and use the comparisons properly. So you got this sales comparison previous month, got it here. Now you go ahead and select the month names, put the year names, and now you convert it into a matrix. It will be more easy for you to understand. Once again, in a proper way. Okay. Now what you can do is you can just select from your filter. You can just go ahead and select from any of your filter here. I want to see it for 2000 only. So that's my total revenue 2000 in 2000. And in February, January, what exactly the values and how the comparison is going on. I want to see it for 2002. Go ahead and select for 2002 to show me month by month. Great. So makes it very simple, makes it very fast to understand. So these functions are very, very useful when we need to apply time intelligence using text. Okay. So I hope you're clear with this. As I told you, the first of all, understand the normal functions, which are year, month, quarter. These are very normal functions which you find, which you need to fetch out the year value, month value, quarter value. Why don't we need generally them? Because we have already done this part from Power Query. So it is generally not required. But yes, for other functions, we need to use them. So we have seen how to do comparison of total Y2D, YTD, QTD, MTD. Okay, these three very important functions. How to chronologically sort your month names in a proper chronological order. Otherwise, by default, it will be in an alphabetical order, which is incorrect. Okay, so sort your month names properly in a chronological order. And finally, we have seen how to generate these measures for comparison of previous month, previous year, previous day. Okay, how to do that comparison. Okay, so go ahead and select year 2001 and 2002. So it will make it very simple for you to understand here. Press the shift key. Not sorry. Press the shift key. Yeah. Now select for year 2001 and 2002. So month by month comparison, you can see a very, very clear comparison. In year 2001, this was the sales. In January month, in year 2002, this is the sales of January. You can even calculate the difference between the two, and on the fly, you can see the comparison, how the total value is getting reduced or it is increasing. So what exactly the changes you need to make in your sales approach to increase the sales. Thank you so much. Go ahead and practice them. This part. Now we have left with a single part in the DEX. We still left with not a single part. I can say two parts. They are connected to each other. We still not learned how to use variables in the DEX. So in the coming up of this module, we'll see how to use the variables and store value inside DEX so that we can utilize them into the DEX measures. And secondary point is some relationship function. We have done aggregators, we have done all the normal functions. We have done the date functions as well. So now we are left with the relationship functions. We'll talk on the relationship functions in the last part of this module, and that will be the end of DEX. Thank you so much. Go ahead and practice.